everyone, welcome to my channel. I am MaryAnne and I am so extremely excited to be here with you. I had to take a little hiatus and I'm back, and so I had done the beginning of the month and the mid-month readings for February, but then I had to stop, and honestly I am more excited and happy than you even realize, and I hope that for those that are new, especially, thank you for coming in and stopping in and taking a moment. I am going to be reading the Sun Sign Love Connections readings for today, and today is March 3rd. So I usually start on the 1st, but like I said, I had a slight hiatus and it was necessary. And I'll explain it a little bit further, only because when I do my readings, I want to be completely authentic. I want you to know where I'm coming from. I'm a tarot reader of like 30 years plus. I'm an intuitive, and I also get, I want to say messages, of course, but I get, definitely messages that come through in addition to the cards that I read and the symbolisms behind it. So there's that, and I'm raring to go. We're on the featured sign today of Aries as I go around the zodiac wheel again. But because it's the 3rd, it's going to work out. And today is March 3rd, 2021, a full new month with a lot of beautiful things to share with you about that. And I did the math, and I will finish the first round for the beginning of the months by the 15th, so it'll be perfect. Then I'll go right back into the mid-month readings, starting with Aries, ending with Pisces. So what I do, though, in front of those that are new, I have a format where I pick the 2 sun signs every single day, and the one is in order, so we know kind of a streamline. You can know when your sign will be coming up. Or if you have not subscribed, this is my time to ask to please do so. It just takes a moment. It's extremely supportive to my channel, and I appreciate it, and especially to those that have supported me thus far and have subscribed and have left me comments and make me realize that you are understanding, you are resonating in some way, that I can bring you some form of joy and expression that's going to lighten your day, and that's exactly what my purpose is. That's what Spirit does to me. I just want to share it to you. And then lastly, to say that, so I always pick a feature sign and then the, the highlighted sign. So that's done right in front of you. I don't know before you do. And then I write it in the description, of course. So for Aries, the beautiful, wonderful, fiery sign of Aries, what is your highlighted connection? And you have Libra. And that's beautiful. I'm Libra, and I didn't plan that, of course. But I like it a lot. So we'll talk a little bit about each sign and why I think this is a great relationship in many, many ways. I always lean on the positive side of relationships. All of them have things to work through, of course, and challenges, but this is a beautiful relationship connection. I see it all the time. I have throughout the years. So I'll talk a little bit about that, but what I want to say is I will pick 3 specific categories with important issues and messages that have to do with this particular highlighted connection. And then for those Aries that are like, not really knowing a Libra that I know of, or at least not yet, I have beautiful oracle divinations. I then read to you the messages through, which is for every Aries and any single combination or connection you may have in regards to love, because there's all forms of love. And you've got plenty of it, Aries. You are a passionate, fiery element and sign. So, Aries, it's your month. It is the 3rd month. It is what is really truly known as the new year, because you initiate the beginning of the astrology year. You are the first sign in the zodiac. You are the cardinal sign that is about initiations and starting and beginning and pioneering and leadership, all of the characteristics that you absolutely exude to everybody. So for those of you who don't have a sun sign in Aries, if you have a moon or a rising or a Venus or certainly Mercury, you're going to have these personality traits as well. So you're not excluded if you don't have a sun sign in Aries. It's kind of interesting. I think it's important that you realize that there is a portion of you that's more than just your sunshine. A lot more. Forgive me if I'm stuttering just a little bit still, because that Mercury retrograde that ended on the 20th, it's going to be completely finished with its shadow period on the 13th, which is next week, which just happens to be the new moon in Pisces. In addition to the conjunction with Neptune in Pisces, which is all about creativity, healing in all aspects of our lives, beginnings, intentions, dreams, you name it. It's a phenomenal, beautiful new moon. And it's going to be great for you too, Aries. And Aries and everybody that you are with, or you may know, you may want to share this with. After that retrograde shadow period, we have full speed ahead. All the planets are going to be stationed forward for weeks. This is phenomenal. It's so beautiful and so supportive to anything that's been tied up with the retrograde, or things that just were not gelling, or communication was mixed up. All the things, like I said, that represent retrograde energy. But even if it weren't that, that's all stopping. So I just need you to hear me and know, and then let me know. Because if you do subscribe, you can definitely comment, and I will always respond, because I love that. That's hugely important to me, to see if you're resonating, if you're connecting with these readings. It's fantastic energy. And that's what I feel instantly when I come into this room anyway. The Aries is pretty positive energy people anyway. You do, like I said, you're a cardinal, so you're just all about leader. You don't know otherwise. You have this confidence about you. You're willing to try pretty much anything. And you go full speed ahead. You know, the ram that Aries represents, you know, those really strong tusks or horns, or whatever you want to call it, that just ram forward, boy, and then they think about it later sometimes. That's this confidence. That's this this powerful, you know, courageous aspect to the fiery, ambitious souls that they are. So you've got that going for you. And then you do have Mars as your ruling planet. Now, Mars is all about war, the planet of war and aggression and fiery, you know, fervent type of energy that actually helps us to get things done, and it gives us that extra energy that may have been lacking for whatever reasons, including retrogrades. Wow, that's beautiful. It's actually in the sign, what did it go into? Gemini. Oh my gosh. Now, I'm not remembering, and I apologize. I'm usually better about it. Had a lot happening recently. But Gemini is a very, very quick and versatile duality sign that has a whole bunch of ambition, and it's great with words and communication and mind and ideas. The masculine, like that Mars and Aries certainly is. And it's also fun and exciting, and it's, once again, changeable and adaptable. So it's about the flexibility that you're willing to do, and to see different perspectives on things during the time that Mars will be in Gemini, which is a good, I want to say 6 weeks or so, usually per sign. It's just really fun, and it's lighter. It's lighter. It's about doing and actually fun, because I don't know about you, but I have found that I've been really darn serious lately. Now, I'm going to cut to me for just a moment as I start to talk about Libra. Libra, I'm going to do Libra first. Libra is an air sign. Libra is the polar opposite of Aries, and that means they're directly across from each other on the astrology wheel. Here you have Aries, and here you have Libra. This is for all the signs that each have a polar. You're always connected in some way. There's always this magnetism that happens between the two of you. And it can be exhilarating, and it can be amazing and fun, and it can also be exasperating at times, and challenging, and you know, inspirational. And you can make great partners in all aspects, because first of all, Libra is all about partnership. They are the scales. They're about balance. They love relationships. Their main claim is wanting to have balance in everything and anything that they are a part of. It's essential for their bodies and their minds and souls to be their very best, to find that balance. So they're always striving for that. They're always interested in compromise, in tactfulness, in caring, in fairness, in, you know, wanting things to work out. They don't like discord or, you know, confrontational things, but I think as time goes on, they're definitely willing to stand their ground. If they have something they feel compassionate and strong about, they will be an activist towards that, whatever that may be. They are ruled by Venus, though. So here Libra is a masculine sign as well. They are an air sign like Gemini. They are the mind, the thought, the expansion of ideas, and learning and studying and expressing themselves through words. Fairness as far as like law and justice and judicial things that are, you know, sometimes not fair in the world, right? Well, that's essential to Libras. They tend to want to be judges and lawyers and things that can help bring that, you know, as government, I would say. But at the same time, you know, if they want to debate, because sometimes even though they like peace, they're like, oh, let's stir it up. Let's get a little excitement in this relationship. They're going to get it with Aries. That's one of the reasons they get so attracted, because there's this fiery part of Aries, you know. So it's a gorgeous, really beautiful relationship. But I was starting to say there's the masculine aspect of Libra, but then the Venetian ruled planet of Venus is all about femininity, all about beauty, all about wanting to look your best, all about wanting to feel your best and taking care of yourself and spreading love and sharing your love, you know, and just trying to make things, like you're the mediator, trying to make things better, you know, always having a better perspective. And with the Aries, a lot of times they're very positive thinking, you know, they're just like a child, like, yeah, that'll work, let's try that. And very generous, very gregarious when it comes to their friends and family, and beautiful connection, beautiful connection. So I was going to say about me, so I was, for those that were watching and have been following me, just a little update. I was supposed to have a surgery this morning at 6 o'clock. Now this has been scheduled for like 7 weeks, so it's been a lot of coordinating and conversations and communications that were not going anywhere for the entirety of certainly the shadow prior to the Mercury retrograde, and definitely during, and literally up until this past Monday did things start to open up for the surgery. And it just seems crazy, right? And honestly, completely authentically to you, I thought a couple of times, because I am a spirit, as you are, in a human body that's just thinking, okay, well, do I just keep going for it? Because it is the retrograde, and that's when you have to just be more patient and redo things and recheck and make sure you're whatever. I was balancing that out as a Libra, and I said a couple of times, is this surgery even supposed to happen? Because like I got my answer, because last night at 5 p.m. my surgeon said we're postponing it. So I'm not going to go much further into it, but as a human being, I kind of just got numb. Everything was just, I'm such a control freak a lot of times. And the planning, like I said, and the people coming to help me, who were already on their way, they took my cat, it just stopped. So all I can say to you, Aries, if there's anything even remotely kind of, you know, you can recognize with this kind of energy that's happened, because I have an Aries moon, but it doesn't matter. It's happened to all of us in some capacity, because I've talked to many people and their stories are, you know, we end up laughing, because what else can you do? Well, there's a lot you can do. You're better off laughing, because I can tell you in the deepest part of my heart, it's for your best. It is for the best that things get delayed or stopped. It's the Tower. The Tower is what I experienced, but the Tower is going to help me, because it turns out there's something else that needs to be handled before the surgery in my body. So that's all I can say. You have to have that faith. And yeah, it hurts. It doesn't matter. It still hurt, but it's like, I'm already done with it. I'm feeling I'm better already. I'm just like, okay, back to work and doing my uploads and the things that really make me happy, which is essential to do when you've had a kind of an upset. So yeah, let's read to the heart of the matter of love and just passion and how important it is to have in our lives in all different realms. And it is the energy that will heal and rule the world. It'll overcome the darkest of times and the challenges. So this beautiful connection of Aries and Libra. Let's see what the first sign, the first card, it's always the overall energy that brought you to this reading. And this beautiful month of March, which has so many sweet, beautiful things that are going to happen and open up. And and most importantly, oh my gosh, I forgot to say it. I'm using my new deck. I'm so excited about it. It's the movie tarot. I don't know if you've seen it, but it was a gift. And I had a couple that I've used so far this year, but this one is just so fantastic. So I have the book near me though, because, well, basically it has the some of the cards that don't have the actors and actresses, or actors in general, I suppose. But the ones that do, I got to read to you who they are, because I know some of them, of course, but I lose track of who some of the names are and such. So excited about it. So, but you have, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. For your first overall energy, and for the beginning of this month, Aries, and your connections of all kinds, you're highlighted of Libra. You have the Two of Wands. You are fired up, and you have every single part of your cell saying, yes, we have a direction, we have a partnership, we are a team, and something beautiful is transpiring for us. I can see it, I can feel it. It's new. It's something that's new. It's not something you're necessarily doing right now. I don't think that at all when I get this, especially with the knowing what the influences are and what's coming, and the powerful, beautiful, what can I say, just openings that are going to have, that are available to you. It's just, the sun is in the back, and it could be the moon. It's just so beautiful and so inspiring, and you're passionate with each other. You feel the giddy kind of like, let's do this. You're ready, you're set, you know, and now it's time to go. And so I love that as the opening. And if it's not this minute, and it should be, because I'm on the 3rd now. But today, you know, we are in Pisces season, by the way. And Pisces is, once again, the most creative sign, I would say. And everybody's creative, don't get me wrong, but each sign has specific, you know, traits and stuff that we all can learn from and grow from. And we tend to, you know, kind of by osmosis and being around each other can become in some ways. And that is the Pisces, and their creativity is there, the healing, once again, aspect, just the beautiful emotional part of them that's filled with love and caring for others. Well, that's a beautiful energy to have in general, but certainly now. And that'll be through the 18th, and then guess what, Aries? It's your sun season, your solar return. So that's what I meant about the beginning. And not only that, that's on the 20th, and then we have our spring, you know, what do they call it, equinox, I guess, but, you know, because that's who you represent as a cardinal. You represent the season of spring, and the newness, and the starting of something yet again. Brand new cycle, right? Just a continuum. So the second category is always the blessings or obstacles, and you have the 8 of Cups. So this has been interesting because I do my readings every day. Common card coming up. You are ready, and so ready to let the emotional upsets of this past year, even this year, and circumstances that just weren't working. You're ready to walk away and not look back. And it's not like it's bitter. It's not a question of like, oh, that's cold. It's not. It's just, you've experienced it down to your core. We had Mars, your ruling planet, Aries, in your sign for an abundantly long time last year. And it's because 2 of those months, it was 6 months total, 2 of those months it was in retrograde, and boy, you learned a lot about yourself, more than you maybe even wanted to, but it definitely pertained to your relationships, and recognizing the things that just weren't going to work anymore, and the ones that were, and letting them go, and feeling confident about it, as you do, and looking forward and moving ahead. And that's exactly what this is about. And it's not about anything but just self-perseverance and just knowing that there's beautiful things ahead, as there always will be, because we have our peaks and valleys in life. And we had it last year, that's for sure. So my heart goes out to you for anybody that lost anything, anyone or something, in the grieving. It's something I think we all did on some scale last year. But you're good. You're good to go, and you're ready to make it happen, and you feel this incredible empowerment about that. And then the third category is always the finances. It's something that is an energy as well. Money is always energy. It's how we perceive it and how we believe it that we will achieve it and, you know, receive it, actually. So if that all rhymes, I'm kind of happy about that. I don't know how that happened, but yeah. And it's also not just money, of course. It's things that make you feel stable and secure and grounded, you know, the things we can touch and feel in our lives. And you got an actor. Woo! The Chariot. Of course you have the Chariot. Well, guess who this actor is? I'm going to put this up to the camera. I hope. Like, his name just came into my mind instantly and left as quickly. Do I have two here? No, they're just nice and thick. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, so let me hold this up for you. I got it. I have the book. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad at this. If you haven't seen this, do you recognize that face? Who is that? Let me explain what the card means as I'm looking. The Chariot is essential for your life. It is the mastery. It is you mastering anything that you are a part of. And it does include your body, your soul, your mind, your intuition. It shows the driver. This is like a chariot from back in the day, like Hercules, right? So it is number 7. And that's a spiritual number for sure. So we have, who's 7? Who's 7? I wanted to say it right off the bat. Isn't that weird when that happens, when you know it? Russell Crowe, thank you so much. Whew, that's Russell Crowe, everybody. That's him. He's master. He was, this was the Gladiator picture and movie. And, you know, it's about a life lesson, yes, and it's about conquering that and victoriously succeeding. And, I mean, that's a constant in life. If as long as you're living in this body and your spirit's residing in this body, it's going to be continual lessons. And people say, no, I don't want to learn. But you really do, because you feel so wonderful afterwards. You feel vindicated. You feel victorious. And, yes, you've had the challenges. You've had the, usually this is a black and white horse. You know, the good and the bad, the up and the downs, you know, that is absolutely also a part of life, in relationships, in anything we do with ourselves. And you are coming out of it, and it's full speed ahead, by the way. This isn't a stop and start anymore. You are ready. You are at that, you know, starting line. You've got your ideas in mind. You're letting go of things that have held you back, because our emotions will hold us back. We all know this. I know you know this. And I experience it even still, but not for long as much, you know. So it's beautiful, but also this is representative of Cancer, the sign of Cancer. And when it comes to Cancer, it's about the heart. It's about our soul. The moon is Cancer's ruling planet. The moon in our astrology chart is how we react, how our deepest thoughts and feelings and desires. And that's about everything once again. You are standing tall and firm. You are not going to let anything set you back now. I feel like last year was such a dramatic experience in so many ways that it just gave us so much more strength than we even knew we had. And that's a beautiful thing to take from that. So that is the messages for this beautiful highlighted connection of Libra and Aries, forgive me. And I hope that you resonate and you feel and you really understand in some way what that is for you, and that's happening, because it's gorgeous. But I'm going to move on to the oracles, which are also for you, Aries, as I said, and it's for you and every one of your connections, not just the Libra now. So this is family and friends and work partnerships and animals and all the variables. I mean, I name my plants, for heaven's sakes, and they've been with me for years, so I'm just a part of my family. But this oracle is beautiful, and it is the wisdom of the oracle by Colette Baron Reed. And it's simple. It has one word definition about what the specific message Spirit wants you to know for today and moving onward. And so you have chop wood. That's right. I mean, when it talks about that chariot and getting it together and making things go and starting on your way and swiftly at that, it's about just that. Let's get down to the heart of the matter. Let's make things work. Now, I didn't say, and I apologize, but, you know, the financial end of this chariot is like you're getting it together because your job is going to start rolling, or a second job, a second form of income. You're going to have that stability you want. You've mastered whatever it is you're doing. You're probably extremely good at it, and you're going to start getting the accolades, which will lead to the money, which will lead to more people talking about it and wanting to use your services, whatever they are. And just self gratification, which is essential, because people feel that. And if they feel you're proud and extremely, you know, accepting of you and your gifts, then you're just gonna attract them naturally, which you do anyway, Aries. But chop wood, boy. Chop, chop. Let's get it done. Let's get to the bare bones of the matter, and I will read to you just briefly what it says. It's 42, which is a 6. 6 in numerology is about balance and equaling out and just everyday activities, okay? From your health to your job to your families, and balancing, of course. That's always very essential when it comes to our lives and being in a good place. So 42 is being grounded in everyday experience and humility. Well, yeah, you gotta have some humility, because things are gonna come your way. They're gonna knock you off your game, right? But it doesn't mean you did anything wrong or that you're not good at what you do and all those things. Because we all have those times that voice comes in there, and it's a waste of energy and emotion. So we have to really sit, ground ourselves, and say, yep, this is this, and this is what I want, and I feel good, and I'm in the present, which is the best, powerful time and place to be. So I'll read a little more. There are no times when the dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so that you can play. I'm so sorry. Let me start again. There are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so that you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. Consider why pruning a tree is the forerunning of delighting in the beautiful blooms when it is in full blossom. There's that spring analogy too, see? The mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it to nature takes its course. It is an important step in manifestation. Taking your attention away from your goal brings you into a stage of receptivity. This is the deeper purpose for releasing attachment. And attachment's important to release many times, to know that you can at least. When you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, contemplative way, you clear your energy to receive your aha moments, which brings you ever closer to what you seek. So it's short and sweet, but it says a whole lot, doesn't it? And it is. It's about knowing what you want, right? And just kind of then putting it out into the universe. It's kind of a simple ingredient kind of recipe, as you will, for the law of attraction, and then it just comes back. But you cannot necessarily expect the exact outcome, and trust me, it will come in different forms. But it's beautiful. So I get that, and I hope that resonates with you, because you do work very well and hard for yourself and others. I know this about Aries. So I love this next deck, and I haven't brought it out for a while. It's the animal medicine card. So I'm going to pick a specific animal for you. Animals have great intelligence and information that they can share with us. And so let's see which specific animal comes up for you, beautiful Aries, and all of your, once again, connections for this month of March. And you have the goat. That's interesting. The goat is generally the sign of Capricorn, right? But Capricorn, of course, it's an earth element versus a fire. But not unlike you, Aries, they are very, very hardworking and very reliable and resourceful and all the things that you are as well. Now they're a little more slow when it comes to doing it. They're more interested in doing it slower and more steady, and then for more permanence. So that's a difference there for sure. Let's see what your specific message says about the goat, because there's something in here just for you. So the goat says, goat has no fear of heights. That's the whole aspect and the symbolism of the mentality and temperament of a Capricorn. They are the goat, and they will just, when they have a mindset on a goal, they don't stop. There's no stop. No mountain is too high. Persistence, incorrigible goat can climb the steepest of mountains without reserve. Drawing the goat card encourages a headstrong, hardy approach to getting where you need to go. Tenacious, strong-willed goat suggests that the time for hesitation and indecision is past. Yes! The retrograde has cleared, right? Strong-willed goat suggests that the time for hesitation, willpower, resolve of purpose, and dauntlessness are called upon. This may sound serious, but for the goat, fearlessly abandoning indecision and idleness to the heights of the mountaintops is the definition of fun. Literally, they love working. It's in their blood. They're ruled by Saturn. But the realization is that you have that in your heart too. It doesn't matter that you're not a Capricorn or a goat per se. But I will say that you may have some important Earth planets, Aries, some of you watching this, that's resonating specifically for that percentage of you. And the combination of the cardinal, fiery, ambitious, and straightforward, let's make it happen energy as a leader in our astrology, you know, coupled with this, you know, Earth structured, grounded, you know, determined, nothing's too hard, nothing's too difficult, Saturn, you know, ruled. It's like it's an amazing combination. I don't know, and some of you may be with Capricorn. It's not out of the question. I've seen it, and it's a little more obscure, but it absolutely works merely for the fact that you both have that foundational desire to get the job done and to feel that inspiration you do when you do so, or the relationship, or whatever it may pertain to you for you. Now, this last beautiful OG deck, I call it, because I bring it out every single time since I've gotten it, is the Super Attractor Manifestation deck. And this is about wishing and believing and feeling the life that you want into reality. And I kid you not, we all are capable, we all are manifesting at all times. Yeah, it's a pretty magical, beautiful part of being alive, and I love to look towards that aspect many times because it's just so, to me, rewarding when other things are just kind of, it just is a beautiful, beautiful part of us. So let's see what your beautiful message is. All the beautiful Aries. Thank you so much for stopping in once again. I do talk a lot. I realize that. It's just who I am. No apologies. Just being brutally honest with you, if you hadn't noticed. Your wonderful message, though, is so beautiful, and it's so bright, and it reminds me of spring, because that's where we're approaching now, and the days are going to get even longer. And the spirit is going to be just lifted. Its spiritual alignment puts my manifestation into motion. And it truly, truly does. And you need to know that, like the goat and like your beautiful, fiery, ambitious self, it's about just believing. It's about being patient at times. And that's not your main claim to fame. I know, Aries, but of course you can be. And sometimes, whether you want to be or not, you will be. And then beautiful things can derive from that. And your love relationships. So thank you once again, and thank you for letting me be so long-winded and stumbling over my words still. Let's hope that that kind of ends by the end of the retrograde shadow period. And either way, I love you. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I hope you'll come back and check out your mid-month reading. Until then, thank you and bye for now.